truly and sincerely so pleased to introduce our special guest speaker this year, who is Colleen Setzer, and Colleen serves as the Siskiyou County Clerk, an elected Siskiyou County Clerk, and best of all to me, she is such a dear, dear friend, Colleen Setzer. I'm indeed honored to share this very special day with you. Graduates, how's that? Okay. Graduates, you may not believe me now, but today marks a day in your lives that you will carry with you always. From the bottom of my heart, I congratulate each and every one of you in your accomplishments that we are celebrating today. And to you parents, family members, friends, and teachers, I want to acknowledge and thank you for your support of your graduate. This day wouldn't be possible without you. The 2012 class in the Toll Valley Charter School has chosen as its slogan a quote from Walt Disney. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. In preparing for my presentation today, I wanted to know more about this man, so I read Walt Disney's biography, and it became quite apparent to me that he most definitely possessed several qualities that enabled him to make his dreams come true. From an early age, Walt was an optimist, persistent, and possessed a unique imagination that later transformed into entertainment industry and pioneered the field of animation. He was passionately interested in art, nature, wildlife, family, and community. He had a keen sense of right and wrong, good versus evil, with the good guy always coming out on top in his movies, but only after enduring some heartbreaking trials. It is said that Walt's drive to perfect the art of animation was endless, and his optimism led to his movies ending with a happily ever after. Although Walt Disney passed away 50 years ago, he is still a household name that is known throughout the world today. Okay, so now before you think that I'm giving a book report on Walt Disney, I believe that you, class of 2012, can learn from Walt's personal and professional characteristics, and if you adopt these qualities, you will succeed in whatever path you take in life, with your dreams coming true and your living a happily ever after. When reading about Mr. Disney, I was awed by his persistence, optimism, and lack of fear of failure. When he was just 16, Walt wanted to join the Army, but was rejected because he was too young. So he went with a plan B. He joined the American Red Cross instead, and was sent to France, where he drove an ambulance. Everyone knew Walt's ambulance because instead of being camouflaged, he covered it from front to back with his cartoon characters. A bright spot in a dismal time in our history, and he definitely made the most of that situation. After returning from France, Walt started experimenting in animation and began producing short films for local businesses in Kansas City. Unfortunately, Walt ran out of money and went bankrupt. Walt's business had failed, but instead of giving up, he made the most of the situation by packing up his suitcase and with $25 in his pocket, moved to California. And my guess is he was probably whistling Skip-Dee-Doo-Dah all the way. And he wasn't even 22 years old when this happened. The world at that point labeled Walt a failure, but this failure went on to win Academy Awards for his films and created and built Disneyland. Walt never accepted the label of failure and always believed in himself. And so, class of 2012, I encourage you to embrace these qualities, and I have a top 10 list that I believe will help you succeed in your life. Number 10, commit yourselves to a lifetime of learning. Don't ever believe that you know all there is to know. Trust me, you will never know it all. Those who embrace this ideal grow in wisdom, and wisdom leads to success. 9. Be willing to apologize if you are at fault. Any ongoing conflict drains you and brings you down. Oh, and here's a tip. Always make your apologies face-to-face. Don't text them or tweet them. The other person will respect you for this. 8. Take an interest in your community and work to make it a better place for others as well as yourselves. This will give you the bigger picture perspective and diminish any tendency to be selfish. Mr. Disney embraced this value, and just think if he hadn't, we'd have a world without Disneyland. 7. Surround yourselves with positive people who like you, as they will encourage you to be your best at all times. And trust me, you're going to need their support because life is going to get bumpy once in a while. 6. Say thank you to those who helped you along the way. 5. Learn the art of listening. This shows others that you genuinely care and are concerned for them. And if you learn this art, you will always be surrounded by true friends. 4. Develop gratitude. This skill will help you to embrace life fully, as a grateful person sees the glass as half full instead of half empty, and diminishes the fear of failure. Optimism and gratitude will enable you, as it did Mr. Disney, to make the most of any situation. 3. For the most part, ignore your critics. I say for the most part because my experience in life is that I actually learn a lot from people who are critical of the work that I do. But as soon as they start criticizing me personally, I have a tendency to tune them out. And I want to encourage you to ignore the critic from within as well, as that inner voice is coming from a place of fear. Be like Walt, ignore the fear. 2. Be persistent in attaining your goals. Keep your eye on the prize, so to speak. Persistence paid off for Walt Disney. He had a dream and pursued it, and that's why we still recognize his name today. Keep focused on your goals. And number 1, learn to roll with the punches, because life will not always go as you planned. You will have some heartbreaking trials along the way, but successful people always use a plan B. Again, think about Walt. He wasn't planning to go bankrupt at age 22, but did. He didn't let it defeat him, though. He went with his plan B. So in other words, when things don't go the way you expect them to, or want them to, if you draw on these qualities that I've talked about today, you'll be successful. And keep in mind, anybody can make a mistake. But the only people who truly fail are people who don't pick themselves up and try again. Class of 2012, pursue your dreams with courage, persistence, and passion, and they can't help but come true. And my hope for each of you sitting here today is that you embrace life fully and that you all live your happily ever after. Thank you.
Ever after part. There's the footwork that comes first. Thank you, Colleen, so much.